When I was 7 to 8 years old, living my regular life, I stumbled upon a booklet that my older cousin, who had moved in with us not long ago to better his life, had forgotten in the living room. My cousin used to go to some church I don't even know up until today what denomination it was, and he would often come back with books or songs that he will teach us. Anyway, this regular day remains one of the most unforgettable moments that defined my walk and my relationship with God to this day. I just had learned how to read not long ago, so any book my hand could fall into was a discovery moment. I come from the era of spending spare time as a kid either playing outside of the house with friends or indoor with my siblings, or read or again listening to African tales through the radio. Podcast before podcasting, y'all. So, reading was a discovery. But what I found inside that book stuck with me 3 decades later. I remember reading about faithful people who had lived their lives according to God's laws and commandments, and one sudden day, them being removed, taken away from earth to join their Lord up in the heavens. A number of 144,000 people stuck in my spirit. And that day, in my innocence, I asked God to save me a spot amongst these 144,000 people. Not knowing what this was about, I felt convicted and desired to be part of what I know today to be the rapture. Of course, today I know now that it won't only be 144,000 people, but it will be a multitude. Still, when I didn't know, when my spirit was innocent, I asked God to keep a place for me among the elected 144,000 people, and so be it. Only God has the knowledge and power to do whatever He wants, and I do not want to hear what mankind believes or thinks of it. All of this make me wonder, are all these encounters with God purely coincidental, or do they have a meaning that I am currently unaware of, but that one day I will undoubtedly understand? Who knows, maybe the day I see Him. But for now, while I am on this earth, in my flesh, full of imperfection, I have to do my best to be a loyal servant of God, be consistent in staying close to His word, learn to trust Him even when I feel like a canoe in the middle of a sea storm. I must remember that my Father is in control of all His creation, including me. I should not fear, not even death, when it presents itself. Just like nature reacts to the power of supernatural events such as a solar eclipse or the threat of a storm, and like Christ replied to unbelievers in Luke 19 verse 40, I tell you, if they keep quiet, the stones will cry out. Before the stones cry out, may my crying to the Lord resonates louder, especially now. This is my testimony, live as I am going through trials and hardships to be refined, purified, and strengthened in the furnace, and you get to live it with me. This is a transformation process of a young Christian woman in the furnace. If this is God removing impurities like pride, self-reliance, self-assurance, or assurance in everything considered and called stability in this world, well, just like little Samuel in the Bible, let me answer, here I am. I see you in the next episode.